We are talking surprises so far on the 2022 Minnesota Vikings.
Woo!
Welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Lupagus, joined as always with Onebar, and we're going to talk about three surprises that have happened so far. Minnesota Vikings 2022 season, very early season, very young season, still has placenta hanging off its foot.
It's a fairly gross way to say it, but yeah, it's early and there's a lot of surprises. We're going to hone in on three of them. Before we get that, remember, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 8,000 subs. Grab yourself a lift bridge. Do the same. You can do both of them at the same time.
So subscribe and drink?
Damn right.
That sounds crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, let's talk about some three surprises. And, you know, some of these are just things I think we kind of expected to see from this team prior to the start of the season with Kevin O'Connell coming in, new regime, some of these players who brought in, some things that everybody kind of assumed were going to happen. And maybe we haven't seen them so far. Maybe we have. And maybe some things just caught us right out the blue we never saw coming at all.
Yeah, well, let's talk about something that is glorious to see, and that is the play of our offensive line. I mean, I think we expected it to probably be better, but this is leaps and bounds, as they say, better than I even expected. I mean, they are ripping shit up.
Well, I think you touched on it. We thought it would be better. We didn't realize it was going to be a strength. It is a strength of this team through 3 games. Even the Eagles game, when the Vikings only put up 7 points, Kirk Cousins' protection wasn't horrible. I mean, he had some pressure, but it wasn't that bad. They kind of gave up in the running game in that one. But you look at, Dylan Cook had 90 rushing yards the first game. I think he had 90-something against the Lions. So the running game's there. The holes are there. And then this pass protection. Look at the tackles, especially. Brian O'Neill, Christian Darrisaw. My God. Just shutting down their man. I mean, and they've had some good pass rushers they've gone against so far. So this line, and I think you want to touch on the interior because I know that really gets your parts going.
Yeah, but the offensive tackles, I mean, Brian O'Neill, the 12th rated tackle, not just right tackle. He's one of the top right tackles. Christian Darrisaw, the 14th best tackle. To have 2 top 15 tackles, according to PFF, is ginormous. Darrisaw is only going to get better. Brian O'Neill is off to the best start he's ever had. As far as guards, Ezra Cleveland rated the 20th best guard. Ed Ingram, 44th. Not bad for a rookie. Not bad. Ed Ingram's thing so far is his pass blocking isn't overly fantastic, but he is a run blocking machine.
He is, and I love how he always finds multiple guys to hit. And usually when he latches onto a man, he just pushes them way out of the way. And then you've got to give Garrett Bradbury some props too. He's been okay. He hasn't been a major liability like we've seen in the past. So this old line, left to right, much improved. And I'm going to say it is one of the strengths of this early 2022 Minnesota Vikings.
Well, and Bradbury just hasn't been okay. He's been good. I mean, he's the 6th rated center. He's usually like the 35th rated center. I mean, he's usually worse than some of the backups in the league, and he is playing very well. So Garrett Bradbury, I love how he's doing it in a contract year where we're going to want nothing to do with him next year, just throwing a wrinkle in things, making us just like, oh, damn, maybe he would be okay long-term. I hate it.
Yeah, he's usually the 6th rated center in the NFC North. So to see it in the entire league is quite the jump. Quite the jump. Let's go to another one. This one, I don't know if we're going to differ a little bit, but when Kevin O'Connell came in here and the things we were hearing in camp, I think we thought we'd see a very innovative offense, jet sweeps left and right, maybe multiple backs in the backfield at the same time, Justin Jefferson getting carries, just really this mind-boggling new age offense. And really, so far, it hasn't really been that exciting.
It hasn't, but the offense has played well. I mean, I guess I wasn't expecting like 3 to 4 flea flickers a week, but I was expecting a little bit more razzle-dazzle, and maybe that's going to come. It's still early. They're still figuring some things out. But I do think that he probably doesn't get enough credit from guys like us who don't really dive into the film, where he's doing things to get people open. He's doing some of that magical stuff that makes a KJ Osborne game-winning touchdown pass happen. It makes a Irv Smith wide ass open down the field, or he drops it wide open. So I think he is doing some things.
He is, yeah. Like you said, we thought a little more razzle-dazzle here. Again, I thought we would. I thought Justin Jefferson maybe would have like half a dozen carries already. And maybe they will now. I mean, they've struggled to get him the ball the last couple of games. And you said, why is KJ Osborne so open? Well, it's because teams are tripling Justin Jefferson. again, that could be by design what Kevin O'Connell's doing here. So yes, there's probably some very subtle creativity to this offense that we just don't pick upon every single day because we don't dive into the film. We're not X's and O guys. We are reaction. We talk from our balls. We talk from our hearts. And that's what we do here at the Onebar and Lupagus show. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought this offense would have been a little more, holy shit, did you see that play? That was nuts.
Well, let's not forget Justin Jefferson's week 1 against a very good Packers secondary. And Dalvin Cook has had a couple of good games when they actually give him the ball. So the numbers are there. We got 2 wins. But yes, there's no glitter on the beautiful offense yet.
That's fine. Glitter gets everywhere. I still have glitters in my pubes from my 35th
glitter.
birthday
Glitter
party.
is the worst thing ever invented. You can't sweep it up. You can't pick it up. You just got to wait for it to disappear.
Every now and then I'll piss out a flake of glitter. I don't know where it came from.
Came from your bladder, sounds like.
All right, and the last one. Through 3 games, Danielle Hunter, Zadarius Smith, 3 total sacks. I'm pretty sure in our preseason predictions, we each had these guys at like 16 apiece. So right now, I thought we'd see a lot more pressure from this defense, especially those 2. I thought those guys would each have, multiple sacks, or especially going against a quarterback like Jared Goff, who's a statue back there.
Yeah, the pressures are there, though. They're just not getting to them. So it's funny because last year, as bad as we were second in the league with sacks with total of 55 for the year. And this year, yeah, it's starting off with a big old dud. And I really hope, this is one of the main things to help our secondary, to help our defense. They got to get going. If they can't figure that out, we will be screwed. Just like that piece of glitter coming out of your urine.
Is that how it got there? Screwed in? Yeah, and a lot of times this defense is just rushing 4. They're moving Zadarius Smith around a little bit. We've seen Hunter drop back into coverage. So they're doing some different things, rotating. Patrick Jones, DJ Wanham are getting more snaps than I kind of initially thought they would. So there's a lot of things here that can change, that can make these numbers go up, and I think they will go up. But I would like to see a little more blitz packages by Ed Donatel and figure out ways to get these guys to hit home, not just
I'd like to see pressure, a lot of things from Ed Donatel.
Like
a better damn defense. That's what I want to start with, a better defense. And, we're just being greedy. The Vikings have 7 sacks on the year, which is pretty much right in the middle of the league. But when you got Zadarius and Danielle, you got to be higher than that.
Yeah, I thought this combination would be unstoppable. Those 2 on the edge. Really, have you ever had a better combination than that on this team? And maybe the expectations were too high, but yeah, I really thought the numbers would be already astronomically high for 3 games in, and they're not there.
At the half-point season, where we do our surprises halfway through the season, we're going to be like, we were so surprised that this pass rush made such a comeback, and we were whooping ass.
After our video, we'll put glitter on ourselves during that one.
Glitter's the worst. I hate it.
It is the worst. All right, so those are 3 surprises so far, Minnesota Vikings 2022 season. If you have any more, let us know in the comments. If we were totally wrong on some, if you weren't surprised one bit by what we've talked about, let us know that too. We're here to share feelings.
Yeah, put some in there. Obviously, Ryan Wright's a big surprise. There's a lot of surprises out there. We'd love to hear them in the comments.
All right, and while you're thinking about the surprises, maybe this will surprise you too. According to the head keeper at the San Diego Zoo, sea lions produce the worst farts in the animal kingdom.
It's true.